Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, March 18th, 2013. Well, the value of your 401ks and IRAs is going to decrease today, possibly by as much as 1.5% to 2%. That is, if the Asian markets are any indication. All because of a situation in Cyprus. Cyprus is a country with 1.1 million people. It has a gross domestic product of $24 billion a year. It is ranked 95th out of 195 countries in terms of GDP. However, as part of the condition for the EU bailout of the Cypriot economy, the EU and the Cypriot government had agreed to a one-time tax of 6.75% and 9.9%, depending upon the amount of money in the accounts, on savings accounts held in Cypriot banks. This move has rattled investors throughout the world, apparently. One of the people who have chimed in on this is none other than Russian President Vladimir Putin, who said that this would be unprofessional and dangerous if in fact the assessment proceeded. Russian citizens, it turns out, account for the majority of the billions of euros held in Cypriot banks by foreign depositors. Well, I'll tell you, this is really something. I don't know if this is going to be the domino that starts the EU financial system to roll down the hill and break into a million pieces. So be it. The United States government's multi-year campaign to ferret out insider trading on Wall Street reached a crescendo on Friday, with SAC Capital Advisors agreeing to pay a $602 million settlement with the government regarding a number of civil actions and fraud allegations that have been made against the company. This would be the company owned by Stephen A. Cohen. The landmark penalty exceeds the fines meted out in the 1980 scandals against Ivan Boesky and Michael Milken. The government notes that the settlement does not in any way preclude further investigation or charges to be brought against the company. Graham Village at Insurance Day had a good article today in which he gave the roundup of the reinsurance industry in Bermuda. The reinsurance industry in Bermuda in 2012 had a very good year. A survey conducted by Mr. Village said that the 20 leading Bermudian companies increased their net profit to $9.9 billion in 2012. This is up from $1.33 billion in 2011. All as a result of lower catastrophe losses and a stronger investment return. There's an interesting item. The cruise company Carnival Corporation, owner of the ill-fated Costa Concordia, which capsized off the west coast of Italy, has already received about $800 million of insurance recoveries in the 13 months since the sinking. This means that the company had insured itself and the vessel for about $515 million. It's apparently received all of that, while its protection and indemnity coverage provides it with a high level of cover that could theoretically bring in about $7.5 billion more. However, the protection and indemnity claim is thought to be about $640 million. Of course, Carnival has the other claim pending, the Triumph, which was adrift in the Gulf of Mexico for a number of days. There was a jet crash out by South Bend, Indiana, the home of Notre Dame University. 2 people were killed when a private jet crashed into a residential neighborhood in South Bend. The Beechcraft Premier 1 twin jet was flying out of Tulsa, Oklahoma when it hit the homes yesterday afternoon. The plane was registered to 7700 Enterprises of Montana in Helena, Montana, and it does business as Digicut Systems in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which makes window film and paint overlay for automobiles. Airbus scored its biggest victory to date when Indonesian airline Lion Air agreed to buy 234 medium to short-range aircraft from Airbus for about $24 billion US. The announcement was made at the Élysée Palace, the French White House, this morning. Airbus said it would secure 5,000 jobs at a time when French unemployment hovers around 10%. In Mogadishu, the capital of Somalia, there was a car bomb this morning. It killed 8 people. No group immediately has claimed responsibility for the blast. And in Mexico, yesterday, 2 more people died, bringing the death toll now to 16. This is as a result of a truck carrying fireworks to a religious procession which exploded. Apparently, Friday afternoon in the central Mexican city of Nativitas, one of the fireworks went astray and landed in a truck carrying, quote, a significant amount of other fireworks, triggering the deadly explosion. Apparently, more than 150 people suffered injuries, and as we said, 16 actually have died. Well, the dead pig problem in the Shanghai water supply area has continued to increase. The total is now up to 12,000 dead pigs that have been pulled out of waterways leading into the city. The interesting point is now another 3,600 pigs were pulled out of a river leading into the town of Zhejiang. So now 2 cities have been potentially struck by the dead pigs. The authorities also claim that after intensified checks, they have not found any problem with the water supply system, not only in Shanghai, but in Zhejiang. Drink bottled water. That's our admonition. That's